first video of my new YouTube channel, and I thought that I should start with something simple. So I'm going to do a tutorial on how to get the perfect brows. Now I'm not going to say that every time I do them they're perfect, because they're not. And every time I do them, there's always something that I've got to fix on either end of my brows. So today I'm just gonna go with the flow. That was really cheesy, I apologise. But I'm just gonna show you how I do them. And if there's any hints and tips on what you guys would want to share with me, feel free to leave a comment. I do take on board constructive criticism, so that'd be very helpful for me as well. So first off, I would start off with a spoolie. It can just be any cheap one. It doesn't have to be branded. As long as it does the trick, it's fine. Because all this will do is just, sorry, I've got my little mirror here. Brush through my hairs to make it neat and tidy into the direction that I'm going to be having my brows go. So that was neat and tidy now. And then do the same on the other brow. You'll notice on this brow, my hairs are thinner and there's a lot less of them. But it's okay, there's nothing that we can't fix. Okay, after that's done, I will then move on to the next step and pick up my product. I currently use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and I use this in medium brown. I don't know if that's going to focus there or not. And I use their brush along with it as well. This one is much smaller than the other ones that I've seen other girls use, but it still does the tricks and it's just as amazing because the brush is a lot thinner and it's quite strong, which I like because then it can hold to the shape that I'd like. So what I would do is pick up a little bit of product with my brush, and what I would then do is work it into the lid. And I picked up this neat little trick with one of the salesperson at Sephora in New York when I was there last October. And it just kind of warms the product up, ready for your brows, and it's quite good. I've got into a habit of doing this now. And also, if there is like excess product on your brush, you can just wipe it off into the lid. Okay, so once that's done, my lid's gone all dirty now. But anyway, I'll start off by underlining where the arch would be, and then I would line the top to follow it. Okay, so that bottom one's done for you. And then I will just do the same with the top and bring it all the way down. Okay, so you see that I've done the outline for the bottom and the top. A bit of product there, but it's fine. And then I will now move on to my other eyebrow, and as I said earlier, there's less eyebrow hairs here, but there's nothing that we can't fix. So you've seen that I've done it, and they don't look completely identical, but don't worry about that because as I've learned over the years, your brows are sisters and they're not twins. I will now start to slowly fill them in. so I filled that side in, but I'm still just going to leave the front parts on my brows because I like to blend that out quite a lot, and it gives it just more of a natural look, which I prefer. Okay, so once that's done, I'll move on to the next step and blend out the front. Now, I've seen other YouTube videos where girls have then taken the end of their brush, you see like the excess product off of that, and they just take a pad, dab some micellar water onto it and take off the excess product. But I'm okay. I'm going to work with this and just swipe it off into my lid because I don't want to waste this product. Okay, so what I'll now do is slightly draw on where it's going to start, just like that, and then bring it in to the rest of your brow, so you can see how quite intense that is. But then you're going to gently just shade in the front, and you'll notice that it's quite boxy. You then take the end of the other brush, the spoolie, and you're going to blend this all out. Now, the good thing with doing your brows before foundation is that when I'm blending this bit out, I can just push the spoolie against my skin and not worry about any mess that I make, because I can go back after this and correct everything and clean it all up. Okay, I'm just going to leave it as that. I've slightly pushed the product underneath my eyebrow, slightly over there, but this next step is going to help clean up everything around it and just start perfecting the shape. So this is the concealer that I like to use to clean up everything. It's the Lasting Perfection by Collection. That rhymes, I know, it's cheesy, I'm sorry. But it's one of the best concealers I've ever used, and if you've not gotten to this yet, you need to go grab yourself one because they're really good. And they're only very cheap, from Boots. I'm pretty sure you can get it on Superdrug as well, online. But yeah, it comes in a little bottle and it comes with an applicator just like this. That's not focusing, I'm sorry. And what I do is I don't dab it under, that's what I meant, under my brows. I take an angled brush and I take the product, and what I do is I kind of just roughly put it underneath, spread it out, and then instead of like spreading it across in the same repetitive motion, I like to place the brush just underneath my brows. This will help clear anything up that you do not want there. and you see it's way more defined than it was. And you can also start straightening everything up. There you are. I just take my finger and just kind of blend it out. Just get rid of any excess product. And you see how much better it looks underneath now? And then I'm just going to do it with the same above my brows. I never used to do this step. I never saw the importance of it, but I much prefer doing this now. And then I will just do the same on the other brow, this side. Again, taking the product off of the end of the little applicator and then just spreading it across like this. And then placing it underneath your brows. There you are, and again it's cleaned that right up. I prefer the angled brush because after placing it I can then just take my brush and bring it all the way down. But I've seen other people use like oval kind of brushes to just literally just swipe it all the way over. I find that quite risky simply because of my own technique and because I'm more comfortable with this. But if you find any of the brush that you're more comfortable with, do it. Be comfortable with the techniques that you're used to. Take a bit more product and then I'm just going to do the top on this side. That is all the cleaning up done. And then the final step that I like to do, which you don't have to, but I prefer it. I think it may just be a force of habit now, but I find that it sets my brows so it doesn't budge all day. I've seen people use powders to go back on top to set the product, but Anastasia also does a clear brow gel. I'm pretty sure they do a tinted one as well with different colours, but I prefer the clear one so that I'm not adding even more intensity to my brows. It comes in like a silver tube, and I just take the product and brush it gently over and make sure my brows go in the direction that I want it to. And that's how I do my brows. Now it looks really weird with me with no makeup on, but like I said, I'm always going to do my brows this way now before anything else because I've cleaned that all up and now I'm just ready to go with the rest of my slap and put that all on, and then I'll be ready to go with not having to redo my brows or anything and not having to just keep going with that little bit when they're already done. So I'm gonna like fast forward the next bit so I can show you the finished face. So that's the finished look. Thank you for watching, and I'm really sorry if my first video was just not great, But if there are any hints and tips that you would want to share with me, or if there's any questions that you guys have for me, like I said, just leave a comment, I'll get to it, okay? Thank you for watching, bye!